Hello everyone and welcome to Frappes and Frequency, a space for us to slow down, tune in and reflect on the collective pulse, one sip, one shift at a time. Now, before we begin, this is timeless. However, I have to say, at the time of this check-in or this reflection, they have released season 5, at least the first four episodes of Stranger Things. And I gotta say, one episode in particular, if you know, you know, was like, one thing that I loved about the show, and I know this is like so random talking about this now, but like, if not now, when? Is the nostalgic aspects, like having been born in the 80s, like just seeing all of those things again, like the phone on the wall with the cord attached to it, like all of those things, it just brought back so many memories. So I just want to, recognize, acknowledge, and appreciate the Duffer Brothers for bringing these things back to us, and then mixing it with all of these other things on top of it. It was just epic. But yeah, I've got to say, season 5, one episode in particular, has been, I mean, my nervous system was shook, and I keep feeling like, God, I just want to rewatch it again, like as if it was the first time. And I'm harping on about the Stranger Things, but yeah, I just wanted to, just show my appreciation to the Duffer Brothers. But yeah, look, I have actually no idea what is going to be reflected on today. The messages were bizarre, and they're always kind of bizarre. But not a lot actually came through, and I do want to bring it back to the last reflection that was done, which was about distractions, because there was a lot of distraction again during meditation. And I made a note about it, just this distraction. So I have no idea what will be said, what's going to come to the cards. I can only but trust that if you are here for whatever reason, that there may be something in here of note to you. So let us go ahead and just tune in, just chill for a minute, just be here now, slow down, take some deep breaths. And I was going to say before, after that episode, my nervous system was shook for days, and I mean in a good way. It was like so activated. So it's always good too, when we have those kind of moments, to be able to check in and go, okay, let's calm down, bitch. Calm down, there's more to come. Like if that was that good, what's next? So I don't know if this means anything to anyone, even the fact me bringing up Stranger Things is means anything. But yeah, actually, okay, there is significance. Oh my God, okay. There is significance to me bringing this up, for me getting this t-shirt and bringing up Stranger Things, because, and again, this is timeless, but whatever's coming through, I'm just speaking to it. The last reflection that was done, which was about distractions, I actually mentioned the fact that we were anticipating the release that day. Was it the Friday? Or it was the Thursday, and then I didn't want to watch it the Thursday. I wanted to wait till the weekend. And because I record these on a Friday, and the Friday, during the reflection, I had a vision of and now again, I cannot remember the science teacher's name. I want to kick myself, but it was talking about, the vision that I had was him punching a hole into the paper plate. And the first word that came out during meditation was retrace, as in retracing steps. So it's like, I just realized just then, oh wait, there was a vision of Stranger Things. So whatever relevance that plays, I don't know, but there is something about retracing steps. And there is, in that video, was mentioned about like a portal, a time portal. And I do feel like time was relevant to some extent. Yes, oh my God, okay. Sorry guys, I'm just having a moment. In that video, I mentioned time jump, and I can't remember why I mentioned time jump. Let me just see if I can go back to the notes. Oh, that's right, because I kept referring to it. I think it was recorded on the it was recorded in November, obviously, but the reason I mentioned time jump was because I kept saying it was December, but it wasn't December, it was November. And a few other things were happening in relation to that. So time is definitely, there's something about time here. And again, the reason why I want to mention it and bring it up again is because the last couple of days, actually on Wednesday, which for me was yesterday, I kept thinking it was Friday. Like, I kept wanting to skip Thursday. So, and okay, today's Thursday. I'm not recording this on Friday for a variety of reasons, but there is something about time, jumping time, skipping time, wanting to move over something. But there is also this aspect of retracing steps. And I do believe there is a video that was recorded at some point in this year, I might tag it below somewhere, about this back and forth kind of vibe of retracing steps, but then also wanting to jump time. I don't know the relevance of that, but I'm going to make a note just in case. I'm going to say time jump back and forth video. I have no idea what it was about. Do you like my Grinch cup? I do love me some Grinch. And I was like, you know what, instead of getting mugs, I do love my mugs, but I'm just gonna, so everybody knows what month it is, obviously. But anyway, see what I mean? Distractions, deviations, and what the fuck. But there's definitely something about time, because I had convinced myself, or there was just this, it wasn't even a convincing, it wasn't even a logical process. And I'm just even noticing I'm getting activated now, so I need to slow down. It was just like, it already felt like the next day was Friday. So it wasn't a mental process by any means. It was just this, tomorrow's Friday. Like this knowing tomorrow's Friday. I'm like, whoa, actually, no, it's not. Why are you skipping a whole day? Like, it's not like you don't have shit to do. I have my wrap-up party for TAFE, which is, if you're not from Australia, it's a college, like, because I just finished my TA course. So it's my wrap-up party. So it's not like there's nothing going on today, but for some reason, I just wanted to skip the day, or just, that's what the energy felt like. I mentioned it to my husband. I was like, is it just me? And I even put it on, because I don't have social media, but I put it on WhatsApp. I was like, is anyone feeling this weird time thing going on? Like, what is going on? Okay, let's get some cards. Okay. wanting to go straight into tarot, but I will actually use these ones first. Let's see, because that did come up. There may be something to do with nighttime. Might be relevant. And of course, this is just riffing, just reflections of what's being perceived in the here and now. So if this doesn't resonate, it just doesn't. Don't make it fit. But I don't only talk about, you know, the cards. There are some things that come from having done life coaching and somatic work and all of this kind of thing that may be relevant. So don't feel discouraged if you're watching this and it's like, none of this shit's making sense, bitch. It just, there might be something. So yeah, just keep watching or listening if you're on the podcast. I'm just going to ground myself right now because I'm quite activated. So I'm going to invite you to do the same. Just take a moment, take a breath. I can feel my heart racing. Again, yeah, just that frequency of wanting to move through something swiftly and yeah. Okay, we're coming back. Yeah, it's better. I can still feel the heart. It's like a heart version of butterflies in the stomach, if that makes any sense. It's just like this unsettling, not in a bad way, just this excitable kind of frequency coming from the heart or the solar plexus, and that was mentioned in the last video. So that was to do with willpower, authority, getting to know yourself. What is going on? Okay, this card don't want to be shuffled anymore than that. Righto. I'm trying to recall the cards that came out last week. It was definitely Capricorn, right? Capricorn's come out again. Pretty sure it's in the exact same position. Okay. Interesting. So we've got full moon at the bottom of the deck. And it says celebration, if you're listening on the podcast. The Pisces card is underneath that, intuition. And that came out last week. The star is here too. I'm pretty sure 100% that came out last week too in a different deck. So yeah, there is definitely something about retracing steps, retracing time. Okay, cool. So again, we've got Capricorn in the same posse as it was last week. So this is about persistence. It's about literally climbing mountains, right? It's about wanting to achieve something. So this is current. I mean, it's all current energy, but tell me why they make silicone straws for this. It's weird. I feel there's definitely something that is being reflected on in terms of where you're at right now, like success, or even as we come to the end of the year, and again, this doesn't have to be a time-based process. It can be whenever, because we're all cyclical, and things happen differently and at different times. And sometimes the same things happen, but at different times. So for some reason, that like numerology came in while I was speaking to that. And that's like, from the perspective of numerology, it goes up to, well, essentially 9, right? But I think it does go up to like 11. Correct me if I'm wrong, any numerologists watching this. But after we have a year 9, it goes back to the start, right? So it's a cyclical thing. So all of us are going to have experiences in our life where things will come to a culmination, and then it will go back to the beginning, back to the start. And there is a number 10 on this card as well. So that feels like in the tarot, or when we're speaking about the numbers in tarot, they represent the final, like the end of something, the completion of something. So whether that is prevalent in your life right now, just tying things up, closing chapters, even reflecting on the year that's been, or the cycle that's been, or wherever that it is that you're at, there's some kind of relevance to that. So let's get some tarot, since we're speaking about tarot. I'm molting. Yes, I've got a new hairstyle. Have not straightened my hair in a very, very long time. If you're listening on the podcast, I've used a straightening brush to sort of subdue the curls a little bit. So yeah, rocking a different look. Actually, I think at the start of this, interesting. At the start of this channel, I believe the very first video, my hair was straight on that episode. So they, again, coming back to retracing steps, and what that was, I feel, was a collective read, maybe. So I don't know. I know it's a bit weird, like watching old videos now, but maybe you want to go back and watch that and reflect on that. Or maybe there's something there. Okay, let me just make a note of that so I don't forget. First video. And now the hay fever is kicking up too. What's going on with that? Okay, one more shuffle and we'll... Sorry, every time I do it here, it's pulling my hair, so it's looking a bit weird. Alright, Capricorn. And, I mean, in this card, there's a big fat moon. Big fat full moon, right? So what are we celebrating? Are we celebrating the completion, or because this is like an undercurrent type of energy? Are we celebrating the completion of something, whether it be a tangible thing like a relationship or a job, or a mindset or framework, paradigm? But it's a completion that has obviously with endings come new beginnings. But for some, them, okay, weird. I just looked at the Aries card and it literally has the word beginning on it. Dun dun dun. Oh my lordy. Okay, something interesting is about to go down. well, or is in the, well, we're always trying to reflect from the now. So I'm wondering how connected this is to last week's check-in, because here we have the Ace of Swords. Sorry. Ace of Swords, and in that read we had the Truth card. And and we also have the Four of Wands, which is the card of celebration. There may have been some conflict that has been overcome, whether that be mentally, emotionally, or actually physically. I don't mean physical conflict in that sense. I mean with people outside of yourself. Due to maybe some kind of breakthrough mentally, or some kind of realization or truth or cutting of illusion. So similar to last week's one. And again, timeless, I'm just mentioning. So where the Aries card is like what's being challenged right now. Okay, Aries is a very forward-moving sign generally when they're in their empowered state. So I might actually turn it around so I don't. Let me get a tarot card on that. Yeah, so generally it is a forward-moving sign, but if it's showing up in this space in that way, is this inner conflict perhaps? I've got Nine of Cups in the reverse. I'll show it to you upright. This is so curious, man. This is so interesting. Is there a feeling of defeatism somehow? Because, and I'm only going to reflect from my own perspective right this very minute, because this is seeming very, I don't know. Is there a possibility that right now, in this moment in time, something has closed up? Maybe an opportunity, maybe something that you were working towards or not, or something that was looking promising. I'm trying to figure out how to, well, not trying to figure out, I'm just giving it space to kind of express itself. Is whatever has concluded, or perhaps been a rejection or a perceived rejection, is that provoking some kind of defeatism attitude, as in, well, I was kind of waiting for that to happen, or hoping that that would like manifest, and it hasn't. So now we're in this kind of a woe is me vibe. I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Asking for a friend. What the heck? I do not like the straw whatsoever. It's weird. Yeah, because Nine of Cups is usually a card of wishful thinking, or, you know, having attained something after a period of time, or just being in your feels. Like if you look at the card, she's just like feeling herself, right? So in the it's like, yeah, having ticked all these boxes and achieved all these goals, and you've reached the point, a point, and now it's like, womp womp. Okay, what now? Let's get one more. One more. Okay. If the message wasn't already clear with the Aries card showing up in the reverse, we have the Emperor in reverse. And the Emperor is Aries card, okay? So either you are Capricorn, Aries, Virgo, or you're dealing with those signs. Or there's some serious self-doubt. There's some serious self-doubt. When Aries as a collective is in their disempowered state, they can be quite difficult, stubborn, hard-headed. So are you experiencing this within yourself, where that you were so tied up to a particular thing that when it didn't work out, or it's closed itself out, that there was some type of disappointment? And I do feel pulled to speak to this celebrating, like this is, there's that like, you know, that phrase that we usually say, it's like, this is not the end, it's just the beginning. And even though the position of this card, it is just the beginning. Literally, the Emperor card in the tarot is the first card in the, like, well, it's not the first card, but it represents Aries, which is the first, quote unquote, the first zodiac. And it marks beginnings amongst a variety of other things. There is definitely a reason to celebrate. You know, maybe the conclusion of, and this, you can speak to this a lot, like the conclusion of things is not always a bad thing. Sometimes God will redirect you, will like shut something down to redirect you. And I feel like the only way we can see ourselves through that is by, being present with it, and processing everything that is felt in that moment or those moments, but also trusting in God, grace, universe, whatever you call it, because that was going to happen anyway. These things were going to happen, and it was going to happen in this format anyway. It doesn't matter. These are my sort of feelings, belief systems, paradigms, what have you. But maybe reflect on that yourself and see how you feel about when I say that it was going to happen that way anyway. Things were going to unfold in that way anyway. We think we have control. We think like how, yeah, I'm not going to go down that thought pattern, but we do think we have control. We have no control. The only thing, and I keep saying this every video, the only thing we can control is how we respond to things in the now moment, right? So with the next, with what, how does this want to be expressed? Definitely focusing on, there's an opportunity to, again, like retrace, but also as in retrace for the purpose of reflection, right? Not to create any tension within yourself, but more a I feel like I spoke about this in the last one, just to see, oh, okay, I have achieved so much. Like, I've done all these things, or all these amazing things have happened. Like, how could I not see that it was all divinely orchestrated? That kind of vibe. And here's an opportunity for us to, clear out the clutter, so to speak, with this Virgo card here. It says clearing on the card. So clearing out the shit that you don't need anymore. And I mean, personally, I can for sure speak to this because I literally was going through this whole process and just contemplating like, okay, well, I can't control the situation. What I can control is what I do with my time now. Does that make sense? In the now moment. What is that weird looking thing at the back of my... Anyway, whatever. Thank God you can't see the back of my head because it's a fucking party back there. It's a party happening in the back of my head. Yeah, so I know it's easier said than done, but I can completely relate, and this is why I'm saying it. It's not over. It is not over. It is just the beginning. I do feel like I can't quite connect to, or I'm not, what the fuck? I can't even say my words. I don't know what the relevance is to that and the time jumping. I feel like that might hit later. Maybe as I process things over the weekend, but maybe I'll record a shorter video if I can, just an off the cuff type of thing. If like once everything is processed, things sometimes tend to hit later, and I don't actually share that unless I do a video. So, yeah, we have Page of Pentacles. So this is new beginning energy. This is working things out. Due diligence is what I'm hearing. Because when we are, and making sure you do rest, Four of Swords, because that is not seeming to happen, as in taking care of yourself. What was I speaking about? What was I saying? About the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, like taking stock of the tools that you have. This was a different video where I spoke about using these tools that you already have within you. And and just assessing where you're at. This is definitely new vibe energy, as in new things to come, opportunities, mostly from either a home or stability, like financial aspect, because of the pentacles. That's what the pentacles represent. And again, last week we had a pentacle charm and I was talking about this earth energy. So there is definitely something that there's definitely something on the horizon, and I don't like to future project or do any kind of future type things. So even though if I do mention it, then it just comes out. But this is about clearing out the stuffiness to make space for what is necessary, but also taking time out for yourself to actually rest and reflect, and recovering for some, healing for others, and just dedicating yourself to yourself, self-attention. This is speaking to, I feel like, self-attention card, but it's come out in the reverse. But definitely a need for that before you cause some kind of burnout, whether that's a mental fatigue and you might even be feeling that way now, because this is not a future thread here. We're talking about insights that are available to you in current energy. So making sure you are taking care of yourself, hydrating, resting. I'm definitely feeling that. And as things shift energetically, you might feel that even more so, this need to like really rest, take care of this physical body as it's going through all these energetic changes. And maybe even spending time by yourself. Spending time in silence or reflection. What else do we want? I might actually do some charms. And I don't know why the TV show Charmed has just popped in. I know I said the word charms, but I say that all the time and it's, oh my God, what is going on here? And that's never made an appearance. So this is a past show. So retracing again. Charmed. Getting some energy waves. That's not clear. So we've got, what is this? The rod? Is that what you call this thing? The steering wheel? The rod? I don't fucking know, man. I'm not a sailor. Yeah. Interesting. Steering. I guess it's like also reminiscent of the Wheel of Fortune, it's, as I mentioned before, we are these cyclical forms. Things do happen very cyclically. Did I say that right? Cyclically. Anyway, I know you know what I mean. Okay, so this is a little butterfly, but at the back it says created for you. I don't know if you can see that. Created for you. And another butterfly. Let's get one more. Created for you. This almost feels like, it's... Last week I said it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And this is an interesting, it's a moon, but it's got something behind it. Or is it a sun? It's a moon. But it's got this interesting, it's almost like the sun's rays on the moon. It's really strange. Okay, what else do I want? Is any of this making sense to you guys? You know, there is a saying that's on the tip of my tongue, but it's kind of dissipating right now. It is something about endings and beginnings. Just seen the warrior card. So, you know, you may have gone through a really tough time or are going through a really tough time, but this what is this? There's this weird energy. It's very, very subtle. It's very subtle. Not getting anything about what this is feeling like, or what else does this collective, or what can this collective reflect on, rather? Why are we shuffling so weird today? I mean, these are challenging cards because they're round. And that was the medallion card, just to show you. I've got the temple that felt like it needed attention. Interesting, that felt like it needed attention. And what were we just talking about? Tending to your temple. The cave. Yeah, perhaps you do need to go into a space where, you know, whatever that looks like for you, where you are absolutely just reflecting on whatever has been going on for you. Again, with the star underneath, the starborn. But we've got the cave. It's here. Now I'm getting tired, so. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. And the unseen. And the destroyer. So there feels like there is definitely this very subtle energy, and what is being sensed is that the timing's not right. The timing is not right for whatever is how does this want to be said? Whatever is supposed to unfold right now, there is a unreadiness to it. Like it's not it's not ready to be heard, to be felt, as because I said there was a subtle energy, nothing's coming through. I'm just sensing it, so subtle, but it's there, but no information was coming through about it. So I gather from that, and from these two cards in particular, that the timing is not right. There are things that are unseen that are being experienced. You may feel like you're in the dark about things, or there's no clarity, even though there is clarity. But sometimes our mental activity overtakes and wants the certainty, and sometimes it's just not possible to have like conclusive certainty. There is beauty in the unknown. And I say this, I know, I feel like if my husband were to watch this today, he'd be like, you need to stop taking your fucking advice. Not that this is advice, but you know what I mean. And it's not that I'm not feeling into the uncertainty. It's just, okay, getting a little emotional. So, this might be a indication for you yourself to really sit with those feelings. This was mentioned in the last video as well. Sit with whatever, process. Like I sent him a message, I said, just need to sit with this over the weekend and process everything, right? Because I do feel like the year has time jumped. I do feel like time has just gone, like, seriously, so fast. Even though it hasn't maybe felt like that for you, like things haven't felt fast in terms of wanting to achieve certain things, but time itself has just gone so quickly that that allowing for integration and to process things hasn't really been able to be expressed. I don't know if I'm making sense, so just bear with me because it's just coming out. You're not in the dark. You're not left behind. There is a reason that this pause is happening. This is required. And I say that with the deepest knowing that everything will be okay. However, you do need to, and again, I don't want to give advice, but take this time, take this moment to be with everything. Do retrace your steps. Do have a look at how far you've come in this whatever cycle you're in, or what you were able to quote unquote achieve. I'm seeing, oh, interesting. 333 might be relevant. I do feel like that was last week as well. I thought I saw 333, but it's actually 833. That might be relevant too. But yeah, I just feel like someone needed to hear that. It's like, you are fully taken care of. The only thing you need to focus on is self-attention. And I don't mean that from a narcissistic point of view, or from a, look at me, I'm whatever, fucking, I don't know. It's weird. It's about going within and reflecting on what you, okay, I'm going to use this example because it's coming through. When I'm TAing, supporting children in school, they'll come to you sometimes and they go, Miss, so-and-so is doing this, or so-and-so is doing that, and rah, rah, rah. And then the immediate response is, worry about yourself. This is my response anyway. Like, don't worry about Jack over there, you know. Worry about yourself. Worry about what you're doing. And I say the same thing to my kids when they're fucking arguing and bickering and carrying on. I'm like, focus on you. Focus on what you need to do. Never mind what's going on with them. You know, my eldest, as beautiful as she is, she likes to tell me what, you know, like tell her siblings off. And I'm like, don't worry about them. I'll sort them out. You focus on you. Because otherwise, you're going to get into the space where you're going to burn yourself out. So you need to focus on you right now. Always, actually. And the rest will unfold. But I do want to read this Destroyer card. I have read it before, but it might provide some different context this time. Before I close off, the Destroyer, the Savage, the Unexpected, the Rejected. Okay, the Destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. But I cannot fucking make this up. I love when this shit happens. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings. Dun, dun, dun. And we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Capricorn energy. I'll just putting up the Capricorn card there. Let's see. Yet, is that where I am? Hold on, sorry. Getting sidetracked. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens up, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride, the Destroyer has arrived. And it says, when light, swift and precise blows that redirect our life. Yeah, I was going to mention Kali because she is the goddess of destruction, but for the purpose of liberation. Okay, I think that's clear. I hope that's clear. I think it's clear. But let's pull a couple more because we can, because we haven't hit the hour mark yet. Yeah, welcome to my show. Oh dear. Imagine this was live. I just don't know. Should I do live videos? Comment below. No, yes. Don't care. Oh man. And again, again, I'm feeling like it's Friday, probably because I do record on a Friday. It's like today, legit, because I usually record on Fridays. But that song, oh, it's Aaliyah. It's Friday. What song? So I'm trying to get to the actual name of the song. So put your hands in the air and throw them around like you just don't care. This is why don't I know the fucking lyrics? What song is that? What the? No. Enough. Not that one. No. Okay, so quite a few came out, and then some felt like it needed to come out. To Trust, Mem Shalazem, Grounded, we literally spoke about that. Soulmate, that's a bit interesting. This could be in many forms, right? Friendship, actual soulmate, but this could also be connection to deeper self, affluence. Then we had earth. And I don't actually know where mask came in. Oh, sorry, veiled. Where did that come through? You know, this could be speaking to us wearing our own very masks, like, I want to get another card on that. Why did the mask? I keep saying mask, so it's veiled. Why the veiled? I'm wondering if it had to do with the boundaries card. Courage. Okay, so quite a bit came out with that. Courage, air. So air energy is like logic, mental processes. Could also be the air signs, so it's Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, which is interesting, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then we had the divine feminine as well. So this is leaning into trust, leaning into surrender. Courage. I do feel like this is as the masks come off, like during this time, during this processing of everything, there are going to be some realizations about the masks that we do wear, like as in the labels we give ourselves, the narratives that we place on ourselves, the ways we self-identify, that is being opened up or being illuminated with the truth card, trust card here with the Ace of Swords. Lots of mental processing to try to not overthink it, and lean into that divine feminine energy, which is just surrendering, trusting, allowing grace to take the reins. So there's something about letting go of that. I said the air signs, right? And I also said earth. And before we started, I pulled out these cards. So these might pertain to these signs or not, but this is relevant because we have two air signs here, Gemini and Libra. We also had the star card, Starborn, which is Aquarius. And then Taurus is an earth sign, which we had here. So earth and air. Okay, my friends, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate your just your time, your energy being here. I really enjoy this. So yeah, come and say hi, okay? Otherwise, let us know if any of this made sense to you. I will get back to you on that Aaliyah song. I also need to upload or tag the songs for the previous two videos, which is actually one but was recorded in two parts. But that song is Friday. Yeah, anyway, I will put that in the comments or in the description or whatever below when I figure out what that effing song is. I'm not going to go through all the lyrics just to remember. But anyway, take care and I will see you in the next video. Mwah.